The HeroesHearth Warcraft Invitational starts with 8 players in a double elimination bracket. Our first match is Foggy versus Spiral. Once again, we show you the prize money for this first place of this 4-day event. It's $500, $300 for the runner-up, $200 for the semifinalists, and everyone has $100 guaranteed. Very cool prize pool distribution, in my opinion. Alongside Foggy and Spiral, we also have Neutron, Hitman, Insub, Cash, Side, and Hawk. To the Western scene, Europe and America alike, showing off strong here. And our first match in this double elimination bracket, once again, is Spiral versus Foggy. That's what you're here for. Night Elf versus Orc, Ukraine versus Germany. Afterwards, we're going to have the first intercontinental battle with Hawk versus Insuperable. Remo says he's the third best undead in the world at the moment. And then we go into Side versus Hitman and Neutron versus Cash. So, game started, but we're waiting for one player to join, or one observer to join. Currently stuck in the loading screen, but here we are. And that comes off as a gigantic surprise as Spiral plays human.
I didn't notice that before. All right, off race from Spiral going towards human. It feels like the orcs keep on doing that, don't they? We've had Cash in the past do this before, successfully, by the way. And now Spiral trying it again as well. Foggy's not going to be off racing here. He's sticking with Night Elf, of course. I must say, that's a little disappointing. But okay, you know, whatever it takes to get the victory at the end of the day. And I guess Spiral feels that with his off race here, with human, he's going to have a better chance.
Yeah, just following Cash's footsteps. Cash was able to defend or to defeat Foggy with human. This is the first time actually I see Spiral off racing. I have no idea how good he is with that race. Do you have maybe an indicator of how that will go?
Keeper first against Archmage first. If this had been any other map, I would have expected the Warden first, but, you know, on this map, it's a little too hard to do. Normally, very unreliable. But seeing this hero already, the Keeper, I'm not liking Spiral's chances too badly. Play stable, don't lose too much, and try to survive into the late game.
All right. We have the first donation of the day coming in. Thank you, Don Dolada, for the 20 euros, contributing to the Keep Remo Awake Fund. Great work at Anaheim, guys. Sincerely, everyone. Thank you very much. Fiddler for the Prime sub as well. So, Spiral scouting and Foggy starting to creep. This is how it usually goes. Let's see how much trouble this little footman can cause. Or if Foggy is maybe forgetting to last hit some of the creeps, which does happen to him also in Anaheim. But here he plays it rather safe. Keeper on the way to level 2 and a clause of attack for him as well, which is always great in the early game. Archmage using Militia to creep up the troll spot and a clause for him as well.
Thank you, Ela Gatua, for the 40-month resub. Man, I'm already starting to feel like the luxury that, you know, we now don't have the ability to make use of anymore. We have to suddenly control our own mouse. There's no catering next door. There's no fridge full of monster. Freemac, can we get something like that going? Can you perhaps send us some of those things? Perhaps the next time. It was pretty fun. In Anaheim, you know, outside of one or two of those issues, we'll be getting into later. But let's focus on this game here. We're both seeing both players go up towards level 2 with the standard creep routes with the yellow into green. And one base Tex. I like the early Arcane Tower for Spiral. If you don't have that Arcane in the main, continuous tree and harass over and over can really become a big issue over time. But he's not forgetting about it. He's going for the Blacksmith. And you know, so far pretty predictable play over here by Spiral. Looking solid.
In this base, we have a Blacksmith very early on. Tech started and immediately following up with the Blacksmith. So probably early Rifleman. We saw a nice little block with the Militia. Foggy was about to move the Wisp into the main, but nope, the Peasant was there immediately. So the Archmage rises up close to level 3 with Watcher Wards and Dust against Archers, so looking for some kills.
One more green and he will be at level 3. Normally, in the meantime, Militia are expected to take the green in the north. But for the time being, Spyro's keeping him in the main. That saves him a lot of lumber. Could perhaps mean that he's looking to either expand or quickly tech. But fast tech to tier 3, yes, we see that against Undead, but against Night Elf on one base, I wouldn't recommend that.
Not really. But, you know, if you have a crucial number of rifles, that can inflict a lot of damage. Next Water Elemental summon close to level 3, maybe could have saved on that, as he's very low on mana, so I don't really understand what this Water Elemental is supposed to do. Harass a little, okay, putting in a little more damage, but all these archers seem to be healthy. Foggy is close to his Moonwelt and is creeping up. This is level 3 after killing another unit, and hello, level 2 spell. And this being Foggy, like usually I would say this is Entangle, but with Foggy could definitely be Treants.
And here comes the Militia call now towards the giant sea turtle. It's going to be level 3 for the AM. And with that level 2 elemental, he could go for the merchant soon after pretty easily. But maybe he wants to save some camps for the MK as well, because tier 2 is finishing. We have Foggy with the alchemist. Oh, he's got a lot of mana. Perhaps looking for some kills here with his second hero coming out. Alchemist it is.
He tried again to move the Wisp into the base, as he has a staff of teleportation. But again, Spiral denied entrance. So quick with his reactions.
Oh, but that rifle, that is exactly what Foggy is looking for. And now the level 3 Alchemist is becoming very valuable. Looking for those kills. Spyro needs to play defensively.
But I don't think that's what he's here for. He's on the left-hand side of the map, pushing Foggy back a little, preventing more creeping with these archers. But the main objective, level 3 Keeper, is already accomplished. So I wonder what his next task is. Waiting for the Mountain King, waiting to be more competitive against the 2 heroes of Foggy.
Oh, Spiral hiding the units at the fountain. They're healing up. He doesn't want them to be found. And Foggy's not gonna check up there. Foggy's wondering, where are all your units? But they might be, you know, hiding in a corner. They might be in his base somewhere. So he doesn't know. Foggy falls back, and oh, look at that sentry position. Beautiful at the red camp. And this could be a Stormbolt snipe, maybe.
Spyro is ready to punch. He's coming in from the left-hand side. Perfect vision on this. Ogre Lord lured into this trap, but the Wisp saw it exactly. Spyro taking care of that little spy. So Foggy has to abandon his mid-game plan. There's a lot of archers here in the mix. That's a delayed tier 3 for sure, as 1 engine of lore is up only. Militia was called, sent back. Upgrades for the human. An Archmage constantly distracting.
Yeah, like this game so far for Spiral. Yes, he lost the single rifleman, but other than that, it's looking pretty good. More experience for the MK. Not quite level 2 as the AM comes in as well. Oh, this sentry. Still, the Ogre Lord is going to go down. Cadgus pipe for Foggy. Yes, please.
That is one of the best items we have in this game, especially if you go Dryads for the spell, which requires mana, and Bears, which want a lot of Roar and a lot of Reju. So everything that Foggy has, once these archers are dead, will rely on mana, and this is a wonderful, wonderful item for them.
Yeah. I think the archer are actually gonna survive quite a long time, because we're gonna have MGs coming in soon. But even just for the 2 heroes, this is really good. This is 2 Sobi masks on both heroes. This is really, really, really good. So, continuing to creep. Rock Golem will be going to Foggy. It's going to be level 2 for the Alchemist finally. He's going to have to be the hero here that is relied upon. It won't be the Keeper. Keeper, though, will find 1 kill here on the Priest. Perhaps a bit of an oversight by Spiral. Bring that in such a dangerous position. But he's expanding now on tier 2.
Yeah. Spiral did not decide for a second spell yet, despite being level 2. So could save that point for Clap, which you are a huge fan of. And gotta say, so am I. No bash just yet.
Oh, this Wisp in the north. Are we gonna see a Tally Staff?
Oh,
we
nice.
sure are. This could be a game-winning move right here.
We have 2 Treants and Entangle. Yeah, Spiral has to cancel this expansion. This was a lot of time as humans either want to expand or prepare for a 70 supply push. Now, Spiral has neither of them.
There's a lot of peasants dying. It's going to be very hard to establish this base again.
The Orb of Venom, by the way, how much damage this just puts on the workers. Really well done by Foggy. Good vision with the Wisp, good usage of the staff. This is what he always does. Spiral on the other side gets a Dryad. There's the first Mountain Giant out already, which does surprise me. So he's not going for bears. This, of course, explains why he went so heavy on archers.
Alchemist getting focused quite heavily. Thank goodness he has the Potion of Healing. Uses it right away. MG almost surrounded.
Ooh.
Is surrounded.
Eats a tree. Can he move out? This poor priest. How brave is he to tank against a mountain giant? Oh my, the big siege stick clobbers him to death. And now what? We have 1 Stormbolt here. Still no second spell on this MK. And the archers are putting in good damage, even though they're a little bit out of position. Foggy wants to get out of the air as fast as possible. Uses the TP. And there was a lot of mana on Spiral's side. Both Water Elementals here. We have 1, 2 more, 3 more Stormbolts. Okay. But how does he want to operate this without Water Elementals? First one gone.
It's hard for Spiral to look for kills, I guess, beyond these MGs, but at the same time, Foggy doesn't have that much damage in his army. It's mostly the Keeper, I suppose, with the Orb of Venom, who eats the Stormbolt right here. Quite a bit of damage towards him, and remember, there is no bears here, so no rejuice, so it's all down to the Moon Juice, which is starting to drop fairly low, but we're gonna go into natural nighttime here again somewhat soon.
Spiral super low on lumber. Foggy expanding on the upper left. The sacred tome, the sacred text being left on the ground. And I think Spiral will not expect this to happen.
He very well may not, but he's going tier 3, halfway through now, so Inner Fire isn't too far away, and a Paladin if he wants it. Heal Scroll as well for Spiral, and an Invul. He needs that on the MK very badly.
He's still holding on to the second skill point, by the way. Still no bash, still no clap.
Yeah, once MG numbers get very high with 3, 4, I think he will need to go into bash, and not bash, but clap, and retrain into Blizzard on the AM.
Okay, Spiral continuing to creep, but Foggy with 2 Dryads split from the main army. Constantly scouting, constantly poking. He knows what's going on. So we have a big Invo Potion here, which can be nice against the Entangle Acid Bomb Focus. Level 4 Archmage, also pretty good. But this expansion, it's still coming up. Foggy at 50, super low on lumber as well, after detonating a little.
Spyro's getting distracted by these Dryads too much. Like, he should definitely be going to the red camp right now. But he's moving south again. Tier 3, not yet done. Finishes at this very point for Spiral. Inner Fire coming in right away. Next attack upgrade for the rifles as well. But now, Spiral is pretty low lumber. Maybe he can squeeze in a Paladin third. But expanding is not possible for him.
Not really, no. I mean, where is he supposed to expand? Upper left, he has to break this first. Middle, there's a Wisp scouting this, and then Foggy can storm the high ground and punish it once again. And the bottom right seems to be too far away. Foggy breaking upkeep now, immediately jumping onto 67 supply with like 14 supply mountain giants in here as well. How does he want to deal with the 4 MGs without knights, without mortars? He's building the workshop now, but if you have the like first 2 mortars out plus frag shards on 1 workshop, that takes a lot of time. I'm not too sure how he wants to stall it.
I think it's all kind of down to this expansion loss earlier. This was so problematic. Brilliant play by Foggy there with the Telly Staff, which of course we've been seeing, you know, be so valuable for Foggy over the last couple of years, really. So now Foggy, big supply lead. A lot of that is still stuck in production though. Spiral patiently waiting at 50. Does have Inner Fire now ready as well.
Okay, that's the first big thing he gets from tier 3. No staff, no third hero, no knights. There was an investment that didn't pay off yet.
And Foggy's just waiting here. This expansion, top left, so hard to read. And if Spiral ever goes over there to cancel the export, then he's gonna lose buildings in the main.
Yeah, and Spiral is supply stuck. Like, he lost the first farm already, or the first 2 farms, I guess. So he really wants the knights, he really wants more priests, he really wants more everything, but he can't do it. Long range shield spray to get more attention onto this mountain giant. Everything is inner fired up, but imagine 2 wisps in there.
And the issue for Spiral is here, he doesn't have Clap 2. After he crept the lab, he went south, which was a complete waste of time. If after the lab he had gone to the red, he could have gotten level 4, he could have gotten Clap level 2, and maybe even retrained into Blizzard. But now, dealing with his MGs is really tough. We can see the Clap coming in here, but it's level 1. It doesn't really do much. Couple knights coming out as well. We have some militia called, but no paladin. This paladin being delayed is a massive deal.
Yeah, pretty much everything delayed. First knights coming out now. Oh man, he needs to repair these farms. Rebuilds the altar, which he lost, and Foggy is just patiently poking again. Oh, the upgrades. 0-2 on the mountain giants already. Oh my. And even bears coming in now for Reju and Roar.
Looking rough for Spiral. But it's not over yet. If he gets his paladin out, if he gets 70 supply, maybe 1 or 2 more upgrades, this is a super scary human army. The Night Elf army is okay, but it's not that good. It's mostly big. It's really big, but it's not individually so strong.
Everything is full mana. Thanks to the flute, of course. He can spam all the spells, all he wants. And Spiral, maybe now with Thunderclap. He has it, but distracted by the mountain giants. 4 of them create a little void. These knights, they have no idea where to run. First one falls, detonate. Here gets rid of a lot of inner fire. And the priests are falling as well. Oh my.
Yeah, knights I still don't think are a good idea against this. Oh, MK in the middle, taking a lot of damage. Has the big invul, will use it. But it's the MGs, you know. Can't get past him. At this point, you need mortar teams. But peasants were lost. Not enough lumber was there. It's too rough.
An acid bomb. Absolutely gorgeous on everything. And this massive stone wall. It's just too much. He can't even reach the archers in the back. Wisps are protected as well. Dryads are dancing nicely. Foggy is playing this really, really, really well. And the Mountain King falls.
And that's it. GG 1-0 for Foggy.
That seemed pretty simple, to be honest.
Yeah. Not too rough of a game, I guess. If the expansion comes up, though, for Spiral, this can be a completely different game. With a fast expansion, or somewhat fast expansion, he can go into upkeep quickly, he can get more lumber, and if the human is on 2 bases and tier 3, and he gets the 3rd hero and everything he needs, then he's super strong. That's why I always feel like when you're human, just survive, just tech, just expand, and don't die. And make use of your big late game strength. Of course, you know, it's easy to say. It's not easy, just so easy to play. Foggy did it very well there. And the off-racing so far doesn't work out for Spiral.
Not at all. Maybe we get a better game on the second map. And we're waiting for map 2, whatever it might be. Did we get the picks and bans, by the way, from the players?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Did we?
We'd love to get them, Rekram, in case you can help us out there.
And, you know, losing this first map for Spiral isn't very good. This is normally the best map for human in this matchup, you know, after the vetoing process. Because all the other ones, most likely, will be Warden viable.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Off racing is always, you know, difficult to have all the timings down and stuff, but especially against a Warden, it's really hard to know her strengths and weaknesses properly if you are not the main race human.
We go on to Terrana's stand. Didn't expect to see this here, but of course, oftentimes it's left in the pool. But yeah, this is definitely the strongest Warden map. And I'm looking forward to Foggy seeing, to see Foggy playing her. Are you coming? Or okay,
yeah,
maybe a rejoining is necessary. This is not only today where we broadcast this beautiful tournament, by the way, also tomorrow, starting at 5:30 once again, with the next round. And there we was in. On Saturday, we start with the finals of the Rising Star Cup. Kaldor will be casting, and Sunday we take over. So not only do we have the HeroesHearth Invitational, but also the Rising Star Cup. This week is fantastic for Warcraft fans.
Week after week, we have great competitions. Great to see. And yeah, pretty much the best of Europe going up against each other over and over. It really feels like Europe is gearing up, is getting stronger and stronger week after week. We kind of saw it at DreamHack with Foggy and Happy making the top 4. But of course, the final and the title belonged to Moon, who was just once again playing out of his mind.
Yeah. And we have a couple of new supporters here, a lot actually. Thank you, Ilagatua, for the 40-month resub, Bashera for the 2 months. Let's go, Warcraft 3 boys. Ori Game for 7 months. Thanks for providing entertainment cast over many years, Mr. Polkin, for the 10 euro donation. Watching you guys live for the first time, but I love the video since I'm watching Creepjack. Keep on like this. P.S. Good luck for the next Giannis Canis. Thank you very much. 169 for the 30-month resub. Good job at Anaheim, especially considering the pretty unfortunate situation. Blubber Band, Nikki Lauda, Ninnis Nairo, Hirsch Bimbo. Thank you for the subs. With that being said, we will read all your contributions after the next game. We go in to map number 2. Foggy with the match point could advance to the winner bracket semifinal right away.
And could do so in a beautiful fashion as well. If he should be playing Warden first here, which I am 100% expecting. Question is Spiral. Is he going with the meta? Is he going with the MK first? Is very popular on this map, is very strong on this map, but of course plays very differently from an Archmage first. And especially if you are not a human main race player, it's very easy to incorrectly play the MK. You have to have good movement, tele staff probably, you have to hit your levels properly, and of course, need to always manage your mana. First hero choice. Oh, he had the AM in, cancels, and goes for the MK after all.
Yeah, I saw that there as well. Maybe just muscle memory to go for the Archmage, because you always do it. But not here on Terrana's stand. Usually, the meta is Mountain King and Foggy, of course, playing the Warden.
Going for the Merc Camp creep first, we'll be looking for a fast level 2. Shortly after that, a fast level 3, and since this is Foggy, most likely a counter expansion. With MK being the first hero, there's absolutely no way this will not be a fast expansion. Has to be. MK
Why does it have to be a fast expansion if you play a Mountain King?
Quite simply doesn't do well on one base. MK is a good carry hero. He's not a good support hero. If you have a small army, which is what you have on tier, on one base, he doesn't do that well. He needs a big army to support him in the late game, at least. And also you need plenty of items with clarities and boots and telestaff. And you need a second hero to support him as well. And if you play one base against Night Elf, you have to play rifles. And MK and rifles don't go that well hand in hand together, unless the numbers get really high, for which you will need a second base.
Okay, Foggy going for the fan, trying to kill every single unit at the same time. Doesn't work out perfectly, but at least he gets everything else. Nice slippers. Went of mana stealing against the Mountain King, also pretty good. And level 2 right away. On the other side, Mr. MK with slippers himself and the potion of greater healing. Shadow Priest goes to Spiral, so not stolen. A Footman is scouting what's up, and the Warden moves towards the middle for more levels.
And the second Ancient War coming in by Foggy. I guess I was wrong. I guess this won't be a counter expansion. Foggy is looking for the quick 1-2 punch, and this is going to be a Huntress all-in, most likely. Something that is very difficult to hold with MK, and even more so if it's not your main race. So this makes sense. I like this play actually by Foggy. It's a little dangerous. It is absolutely an all-in, but it's going to be a hard one to hold for his opponent. And if he doesn't, there's going to be a quick victory for the Ukrainian.
Sneaky, sneaky. We haven't seen this play in a long time. We were never big fans of it. But yeah, maybe this is the game to do it on. No water elementals against you. Engine of Wonders. Okay. Oh, to trigger the creep so they attack earlier.
Nice.
This was so cool. You don't get the perfect position with the Footman and the Militia. Really well done.
And this is already so bad for Spiral.
Yeah.
Every second that is being bought for the mass hunts to come out is a big problem for the human. Oh, and Spiral wanted to go for the Berserker Steel on the other side, but Foggy gets it because a Wisp is there in position as well. Already, this overview and Wisp usage by the Ukrainian is looking outstanding. Gets the last hit on the Kobold as well. He's a Stormbolt for it though, and oh, that was an overextension. It's gonna be the TP here.
Reveal, nice by Spiral. Can blink out, but then he lands in the arms of the Mountain King. Okay, so only the Warden portals back. What the hell did you see? What is up with these kobolds? Their HP bar was like 3 meters long. What the fuck? Do you have that bug as well?
I'm on Classic, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my.
Foggy goes in again, he got the Telly Staff. Didn't get the last hit steal. MK grabbed that one. Oh, and the Warden is surrounded. Very good play here by Spiral. Can he keep it closed? No. Oh, no. The Warden gets out once again with a blink. The 100 is going to fall. However, some creeps are still alive. Everything's low, and again the expansion is delayed.
Oh, how fast can he assemble more Footmen? Because that's... Oh my god, he doesn't even need more Huntress because the Warden and the creeps are teaming up together. And that's level 3. So fast. 5 minutes in. And not power creeping with 2 Engines of War on the map, but just creeping a little and then harassing. Foggy is getting so much done.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, this is looking quite disastrous now. Can Foggy put the nail in the coffin? How is he going to do that? Can't really blink into the main. There's an Arcane Tower there. That won't work. Oh, but he's finding more kills like that. Shadow Priest, more experience for the Warden. And GG.
Ouch. That was incredibly underwhelming, to be honest. We were looking for some high-stakes Night Elf Orc matches, but Spiral, this off-race didn't pay off. Spiral is no cash.
Yeah, I guess he's not. Playing a very different style as well. Was looking to play much more macro-focused, whereas Cash was playing much more timing push-focused. But, you know, it's easy to say, oh, Human is so good against Night Elf. It's also hard to play, though. You need to know a lot of ins and outs. You need to know all the weaknesses, all the strengths. And Spiral wasn't paying attention to all of them.
Unfortunately not. That is the first Winnerbracket semi-finalist of the HeroesHearth Invitational. This is Foggy. Spiral drops down to the lower bracket, which means we see him later on today. And who will be Foggy's opponent? It's either Hawk from Russia or Insuperable from Canada. Our next match starting in a bit.